The Laṅkāvatāra Sūtra, Part 68. Mahāmati once more asked the Buddha, "Bhagavan, would you please explain the meaning of the continuity and non-continuity of things? For once I and the other bodhisattvas become adept at distinguishing the characteristics of the continuity and non-continuity of things, we will better understand how all continuities work and will not become attached to a continuity because of how its meaning is expressed in words. For once we are versed in the characteristics of the continuity and non-continuity of things, and we transcend the erroneous projections of language, we will know how to travel to all Buddha lands and to their countless assemblies, where our myriad transformations will be marked by spiritual powers, masteries, faculties, and spells, and will shine like so many suns or moons or magic gems upon the four elements with the refulgent light of wisdom gained from the effortless exercise of the 10 inexhaustible vows. And wherever we dwell, we will look upon everything as an illusion or a dream, and will avoid views characterized by the projection of a self. And upon reaching the stage of Buddhas, in every realm where there are beings, we will teach whatever teaching they respond to, and lead them to transform themselves by accepting that everything is like a dream or illusion, and by avoiding categories of existence and non-existence, and projections of arising and cessation, or the teachings of other paths." The Buddha told Mahāmati, "Well said, well said. Listen carefully and ponder it well, and I will tell you." Mahāmati replied, "May we be so instructed." The Buddha told Mahāmati, "Attachments to continuities based on how their meaning is expressed in words are limitless. There is attachment to the continuity of characteristics, attachment to the continuity of conditions, attachment to the continuity of existence and non-existence, attachment to the continuity of the projection of arising and non-arising, attachment to the continuity of the projection of cessation and non-cessation, attachment to the continuity of the projection of a path and no path, attachment to the continuity of the projection of the created and the uncreated, attachment to the continuity of the projection of the individual characteristics of the stages, attachment to the continuity of the projection of attainment and of projection itself, attachment to the continuity of the projection of categories of existence and non-existence on which other paths depend, and attachment to the continuity of the projection of attainment of the 3 paths or the one path. Furthermore, Mahāmati, foolish beings project continuities other than these. But it is because of their projection of such continuities that they are like silkworms making cocoons, using the thread of projection to envelop themselves and others in attachments to the characteristics of continuities of existence and non-existence. Furthermore, Mahāmati, for those who see that everything is still, there are no characteristics of continuity or non-continuity in any of this. But it is due to the non-arising of projections that bodhisattvas see that everything is still. Moreover, Mahāmati, know that external entities do not exist, that their characteristics are perceptions of your own mind and free of projections. Accordingly, when you see that whatever exists or does not exist is simply a perception of your own mind and without form, continuities become still. Thus, there are no characteristics of the continuity or non-continuity of anything. Moreover, Mahāmati, although others, given to falsehood, think bondage and emancipation exist, there is nothing in any of this to be bound to or emancipated from. And why is this so? because among what exists or does not exist, no beings can be found. Furthermore, Mahāmati, the ignorant possess three continuities: greed, anger, and delusion, together with the desire for happiness in a future existence. Because of such continuities, there is the continuity of existence, and among these continuities are links to the five destinies. However, Mahāmati, for those who put an end to continuities, there are no characteristics of continuity or non-continuity. Moreover, Mahāmati, because of the active grasping of consciousness based on threefold combinations, continuities arise without interruption. It is because of such active grasping that continuities exist. Meanwhile, those who put an end to those forms of consciousness dependent on threefold combinations witness the threefold liberation and the non-arising of continuities. The Buddha then repeated the meaning of this in verse. Projections that are false. These characterize continuities. Once you know what is real, continuity's net is cut. Fools don't understand. They look for meaning in words, like silkworms in cocoons, wrapped in their own imaginations.